In 1991, I had the privilege of photographing the 2nd century BCE paintings, Buddhist paintings of the Ajanta caves in Maharashtra in India. Now, these are known to be the fountainhead of all the Buddhist art of Asia. In fact, as Lawrence Binion, director of the British Museum, wrote in 1930, anyone who starts a study of the Buddhist art of China or Japan starts on a long road which will eventually bring him to Ajanta. Such is the preeminent importance of Ajanta in the history of Asian art. There is a sense of awe as we stand before the 2nd century BCE paintings of Cave 10 at Ajanta. However, these magnificent paintings were greatly damaged. There was much early 20th century graffiti which obscured the view of these paintings. Therefore, 20 years ago, I spent a great deal of time and painstaking care to restore images of these paintings. And what a beautiful world was revealed with a little restoration. Already, as you see here, by the 2nd century BC, you have glances which are depicted. You have expressions which are so well made. In fact, the inward look, which is the hallmark of the ancient art of India, is already so beautifully there. Magnificent paintings for the 2nd century BCE period. And of course, the much larger treasure of paintings that remain are of the second phase of Ajanta, which is around the 5th century CE. And there is a much larger treasure of paintings which survives of this period. And what a world of compassion is presented in this art. A little restored by myself so that you can see it more clearly. What a world of caring and compassion. What a world so beautifully representative of the values of Buddhism that we find here. From there, I went on to photograph the practically unseen 6th century paintings of the Badami caves in Karnataka. These paintings are of the Hindu tradition, but the artists, whether they were in Buddhist caves or Hindu caves, would have been the same guilds of artists. And a little restored so that you can see it more easily. And despite all the damage, we find that inward look, that gentleness of expression, which is the very theme of ancient Indian art, is very much there. From there, I moved on to photography of the Pallava treasure of art in the Kailashnatha temple at Kanchipuram. Kanchipuram was a great center of Buddhism, Hinduism, Jainism in the ancient period. In fact, we come across the names of great teachers from Kanchipuram of the 6th century, of the 8th century, who spread knowledge across China and Japan. Now, this temple, the Kailashnatha temple, has made around it, you can see it to the right of this frame, an ambulatory wall which goes around. And in that ambulatory wall are small niches, niches that you have to poke your head inside with some difficulty to look inside them. And inside them is a treasure of art of the 7th century. And here you see an image of Lord Shiva. And here you see an image of Lord Vishnu. So this is the Pallava treasure of art, of paintings, hidden away in the niches of the Kailashnatha Kanchipuram temple. Now, while I was able to photograph these. There was one beautiful painting which I had heard about. It had been mentioned by art historians in the 1950s, but I had not been able to photograph it till then. And this was a painting of Parvati in the Talagirisvara Temple at Pannamalai, a very remote village in Tamil Nadu. And here, high on top of the hill, is made this beautiful temple. Now, I first reached this temple in 2001 with the aim of photographing the Parvati painting, which I had uh, briefly read about. Now, the temple has a shrine which has this painting, and the door of that shrine has two locks on it. The key to one lock is with the attendant of the Archaeological Survey of India. The key to the other lock is with the temple priest. Now, in 2001, when I reached there, I remember that one person, therefore one key, was available to us, but the second one was not. So we were unfortunately not able to take the photograph of the Parvati painting. However, I organized another trip in 2005 with a lot of care taken to make the arrangements. And fortunately, this time it worked. And here you have that beautiful painting of Parvati. When Shiva dances his cosmic dance as the Nataraja, Parvati is the eternal witness to the dance. And the dance cannot be without her being the witness. And as this, she is known, when she looks upon Shiva dancing, she is known as Shivakami. So we see her here in that form. And that tender expression upon her face as she looks upon Shiva dancing makes this one of the finest masterpieces of the early art of India. I had the good fortune to show this rarely seen painting of Shivakami before audiences at universities and museums around the world who regularly invited me to lecture. However, the credit of taking the image of this rarely seen painting to the people, to large numbers of people, goes to National Geographic Magazine. In 2008, National Geographic published an 18-page story about Indian art, ancient Indian art, as revealed to the world through my work. And in 2007, they sent a photographer and a person to interview me who traveled with me and went to many of the places that I have visited to document ancient art. And this story, in fact, was a cover story in European editions of National Geographic. And it is to their credit that this exquisite, this beautiful painting of Parvati was shown to the world at large. Millions of people were able to see this beautiful painting, which till then hardly any living art historian had seen. So it is to them that this credit goes. I have an archive of 53,000 photographs taken across India and across the many countries of Asia by myself. On this channel, I will take the pleasure of selecting a few lesser known treasures of Indian and Asian art and will share them with you. I hope that you may enjoy them. Thank you very much.